check on the forecast. It's been rainy and generally gloomy for most of the day.
Soggy out there. Chief Meteorologist Lenny Pope is here. So Lenny, when are things going to start to clear up?
Oh, we likely after you go to bed that we'll start to clear the skies out. But the rain is going to be moving out during the evening. You're looking at North Carolina A&T University, where yes, it is a bit damp out there. A little gloomy looking, right, with all of the low clouds around. It's our last week of January, and that's definitely a winter sky for sure. Let's check out where we do have the moisture. You're noticing this batch of precipitation pushing to the east, actually getting a little bit heavier as it approaches Raleigh. This is the last of it. It'll be moving out of here, as I mentioned, over the next few hours. So there's some light rain around. It's been heavy at times over the southeastern part of Randolph County near Seagrove, also up toward Liberty, and then the southeastern parts of Alamance County too. Otherwise, very light rain extends back into Winston-Salem. And yes, there has been some snow, some 2 to 6 inches of snow in the southwestern North Carolina mountains. We've seen lesser amounts in our mountain communities, but we do have a winter weather advisory that is in effect, and that is until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning for some light accumulating snow, maybe close to an inch, especially highest elevations above 3,500 feet and west-facing slopes. That's where you've got some 30s. Elsewhere, we've got mid to upper 40s across the area. Once we clear out, those temperatures go down. We'll be below freezing in the foothills and the mountains in the morning and around 32 in the Triad.
Right now, memorials are popping up all across the country as fans honor the life of Kobe Bryant.
He and his daughter Gigi were on board a helicopter with 7 other people. There were no survivors this weekend. We have team coverage tonight. Leanne Denyer is live after speaking with a local coach who says the former NBA star has a lasting legacy.
But first, our Brandon Bates shares how the victims, all 9 of them, are being remembered.
Well, it continues to be a very difficult and emotional time in LA right now, and across the country, in fact. The crowds, the memorials grew outside of Staples Center, and Kobe Bryant's home, the crowds were gathering there as well. The chopper where he and daughter Gigi went down about 30 miles west of the arena. Also on board, college baseball coach John Antebelli, his wife Carrie, their daughter Alyssa, 13-year-old Peyton Chester, and her mom Sarah. Girls basketball coach Christina Moser, as well as the pilot. The group reportedly traveling through heavy fog to a youth basketball tournament at Bryant's Mamba Sports Academy. The loss of the icon felt by those in the NBA and the city of Los Angeles.
The news is just devastating to everybody who knew him, known him a long time.
It's like we have lost a family member.
And Bryant was also honored during the Grammys inside of the Staples Center last night. His jerseys had spotlights on them during the entire show. Bryant's loss could be felt here in the Triad as well, and our Leanne Denyer spoke to a local coach who says he was a big advocate for women in the sport. Leanne.
Yeah, the Wake Forest women's basketball team, just one of countless teams around the world, really, who are processing this news. And today we sat down with their coach, and she opened up to us about how the news of Kobe Bryant's death is impacting her as a coach, as a basketball player, and a mom. News of the helicopter crash that claimed the lives of Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gigi, and others broke as the Wake Forest women's basketball team was about to step foot on the court.
When you think about some of these legends and people that seem untouchable, like it was devastating.
Wake Forest women's basketball coach Jennifer Hoover, like many others, believes Kobe Bryant was truly an advocate for women in basketball, witnessing it once from just a few seats away.
2 years ago, I think it was the Final Four, he was sitting an aisle away with Gigi watching UConn and Notre Dame play in the semifinals in the Final Four, and my husband and I were sitting there and didn't even realize it because he was just another basketball fan.
For Hoover, to say his advocacy made an impact would be an overwhelming understatement.
I think it opens up a whole nother avenue. It just brings awareness to it, because Kobe is known as such one of the best of the men's game, and his respect level for what the women's game was and what it brought to his family. And I think that just the awareness of it and how great the game is.
The game losing an icon. Hoover only hopes those moments before were happy ones.
And it hits home for me because I have a daughter who's 13 years old. And you know, I can't imagine what that mom is going through and or what those last moments on that helicopter were. But to lose 2 young ladies who dreamed of playing in the WNBA, who were playing they were on their way to a club basketball game. How many times we go to a club basketball game, how many times we hop on a plane and just assume that, you know, I can imagine how excited they were and talking about the tournament they were going to. And hopefully those were joyful moments right before.
We we also spoke to members of the men's team. They talked to us about what it was like to be a little kid, falling in love with basketball and learning to love Kobe as they did. And we're going to hear from them coming up at 6 o'clock. It's certainly been an emotional day here at Wake Forest. At Wake Forest, Leanne Denyer, WXII 12 News.
Leanne and Brandon, thank you both. You can continue following our coverage of Kobe Bryant's untimely death and reaction from across the state of North Carolina and across the country by heading to our website, WXII12.com.